Welcome to Tash Talks. I am looking a little disheveled today. You'll have to forgive me. Let's just call it rugged. All right, so in my previous video, I really dogged on a lot of self-help, activities because when talked about constantly, many of these things can be very surface level. And also a lot of them can be a waste of time. I am standing with that, right? I did say pick and choose which ones are the most beneficial to you and just be conscious of which ones are a waste of time and to not just simply do these things to waste your own time and procrastinate on doing what you should actually be doing, no matter what that might be, okay? And usually more often than not, guys in this space are just trying to better themselves and make more money, right? And so if you're spending more time journaling in the morning, meditating, cold showering, looking in the mirror and doing, gassing yourself up or whatever, and, 3 hours, even 1 hour in your morning has gone by, and that's an hour, 2 or 3 you could have been at work saving up money to take on a more entrepreneurial endeavor or even just make yourself better at the job you're doing to make more money. Wouldn't you say that's a waste of time, right? So there is one of those, namely meditation, that I do want to talk further about. Meditation in the traditional sense of sitting down and setting a timer on your phone for 5, 10, 20, how much ever time you want to sit there and do that, I don't do, okay? But it is not like I don't meditate. Now, if you know anything about meditation, you already know that there are many forms of it, okay? You can do it with your eyes open, you can do it with your eyes closed, you can do it standing, you can do it blah, 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 okay? But there is a form of meditation that I do that is very much, I wouldn't exactly say purely required, but extremely beneficial, and that I think a lot of people should be doing, okay? Just because I'm telling you to do this doesn't mean you have to, again, right? I'm just here to give people advice and have a small pocket of people benefit from it, ideally, okay? So if what I'm about to tell you is helpful, do it. If it's not, then don't. So let's get on with this, okay? The type of meditation I do is simply a practice of active presence. I don't know if some of these terms I'm going to throw around today, I don't know if they've already been said or not, but these are terms I just kind of made up in my head to describe what I'm trying to talk about, okay? So I do what I like to call active meditation, okay? I do not wake up in the morning and sit there, okay? If I wake up and I feel like pure dog shit and my mind is completely discombobulated, right? Sometimes you wake up and you feel like ass. You feel like a zombie and you're confused and your mind will all at once throw all the problems you have in your life at you all at once, okay? In that situation, I may sit down, and I don't do this for more than 5 minutes. I may sit down and then just breathe, okay? It is very rare I do that, but I'm trying to nuance this just so I can help as many people as I can, okay? But I mean, the amount of times I do that is quite rare. I might do that like once every other week, and that truly is very situationally dependent. I don't make it a goal to sit there every day and do it. I do it when it's necessary, okay? The type of meditation I do all the time, and I've actually ramped this up over the past 2 weeks, is what I like to call active meditation. It is more or less just constantly using your 5 senses as you go about your day, okay? You're going to use your sight to pay attention to anything and everything, okay? You're going to pay attention, you're going to look at your arms and you're going to notice just how fucking hairy they are. You're going to look down and you're going to see the color of your shirt, and then you're going to notice which shade of green it is, okay? Now, when it comes to smell, anytime you're doing anything at work, blah, 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 if you notice something smells good, think about, don't like think about, but notice how it smells. It smells sweet. It's a flowery, aromatic sort of smell, whatever it be. When you're listening to something, when you're hearing chatter, you know, you can find nuances of just how loud or quiet it is. Is it a whisper? Is it a normal tone? Is it a rumbling? Are you hearing the cars outside on the road, right? When it comes to touch, you can feel your sleeves rubbing up against your arms, your chest, your back. Okay, when you taste, you know, is this just salty? Is it really salty? Is it a mix of savory and salty? Is this sweet and spicy? There is so much that goes into presence. And for the well-being of your mind, this should be a focus, okay? Unless you are someone that is already quite present, which I am going to say is going to have to be pretty rare these days if you're already like this, but this should be something that you build at some point in your life, okay? Doesn't have to be now if you're really just that racked with stuff to do. It can be later, right? The reason I'm preaching about this, what I just call active meditation, is I believe the world has become a very go, go, go place, okay? Things are very hectic. Now, obviously, it's been any civilization since the history of civilizations has been busy, shall we say, right? Like, of course, there's people needing to do shit and contribute to maybe a society to keep that civilization fucking going. Obviously, I know that. But these days, the go, go, go I'm talking about specifically is due to a very, very high influx. What seems like an almost infinite amount of knowledge thrown at you, okay? Think about just how many perspectives you can reach from other people on just a single topic. Fucking millions. Name anything. You can do the most mundane shit. I can say, think about carrots, and there will be 50,000 people that think a different way about, all differently about fucking carrots, okay? Due to this high influx of information, you can easily be distracted. You can easily be distracted all the freaking time, okay? And you already know what I'm talking about. Your phone's going off and you're distracted by it. And you are being flashed through your phone so many different things on a day-to-day basis, okay? Because of this, okay, because of the influx of information and information moving around and changing by the second on the internet these days, okay, even when you're doing something mundane like a desk job, things are moving quickly. It's just not in your perception, okay? Outside of your mind, outside of your perception, in the waves around in the air on the internet, things are changing. Things are evolving. Things are moving. And so, bringing this back home here, we too need to develop systems and techniques to be able to be actively adaptive, okay? Actively adaptive to these situations, okay? So, again, bringing this back home, the reason you should practice this type of meditation is because, well, dude, I honestly think right now, if you meditate not on the go, you're currently, in our times right now, actually practicing in more of a subpar sort of meditation, okay? If you are removing yourself from the world, if you are looking for reasons to go into a quiet room and stay away from everything to get a moment of peace, you understand there's going to be moments in your life where you cannot control that. Exactly, okay? You may be having a hectic day and be running around, and if you can't conjure presence in the fucking moment, you know, to settle your mind, then you are practicing a bit of a subpar version of meditation. Just my hot take, just my opinion, okay? If you cannot, in the midst of your job, in the midst of a crazy city, in the midst of traffic and blah, 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 be present and meditate with your eyes open and use your 5 senses to calm yourself, I don't think you are evolving. which sounds pretty grand and a little bit too serious, but you're not evolving your mind. You're either being dragged around by the chaos, or you are being sort of outdated by needing to get home, jump into your room, close the door, lock everything, tell everyone to be fucking quiet, and just to sit there in the dark for 10 minutes. Like, it is not effective with most current lifestyles, okay? Now, if you have, say, effectively created value and now there's no need to spend 8 or more hours a day to get the money you need. Say you are at a point in your life where you can only work a couple hours and bring in decent amount of money, at the very least enough for you to survive well, okay? Then sure, do what you want with your time. Sit the fuck down, meditate, you know, go on a retreat, you know, go on some grassy field and sit there and be at peace. More power to you. But if you are not there yet, I highly suggest you practice this presence, this active meditation. So another important thing to keep in mind, this is how you know you're making progress in this type of meditation, okay? This active meditation. There's something I call mental claymores. I don't just work with me on this, all right? There's something I call mental claymores. A claymore is a type of trap bomb, okay? If you play in fucking Call of Duty or know about tech they used back in World War II and whatnot, you know what I mean. This is a device you put on the ground, and then when someone runs past this, it trips the bomb, it fucking explodes, okay? A mental claymore is something you can use, a trip mine you set up in your mind that is trained to, when intrusive thoughts that are not conducive to you at all will trip off a fucking plethora of mental processes, which will then bring your consciousness to what the fuck is going on in your mind right now, okay? Sort of like you set a trap, an enemy runs by, and it blows up. It brings attention, okay? So you get good at this by practicing presence, like I said, but you're making headway when you are not really paying attention, even when you're not actively using your mental focus and your conscious energy to be present, okay? When you're just, you know, a bit brain dead and you're just moving about your day, you're just working, you're at the grocery store, you're getting gas, okay? When these intrusive thoughts, daydreams, not good creative ones, but just like bullshit, when it comes in, your mental claymore will trip, okay? And then like a fucking spotlight, okay? Like the Tower of fucking Sauron, okay? The eye will fucking catch it. You'll fucking catch it and you'll be like, ah, there you fucking are. And then you will be able to stare at the thought, stare at the feelings, and if you know anything about meditation, when you just watch those goddamn feelings and those negative emotions and all that, it will just pass, okay? Those things are most powerful when they're just running in your brain, when it has your attention but not your full conscious attention. That's where those sort of thoughts can really breed and take you through a loop of bullshit. But as soon as your full consciousness, when your spotlight in your brain sees it, when that thought hits the claymore, the trap, it blows up, the explosion goes off, right? The sensor goes off, and your mind goes, oh shit, there's some bullshit over there going on, right? The alarm system, if you will. Then your consciousness sees it. It's like, oh, it's an intrusive thought. Let's see what it has to say, right? And when you shine the spotlight on it, that thought will freak out and just disappear, okay? As all thoughts do, but this is an important idea I have to bring up because I think it's how you actually measure progress doing this kind of thing, right? When you don't really even have to think, when you've trained yourself to bring attention to something that is a detriment to you in your mind. All right? So I just wanted to bring a bit more nuance into that specific activity of meditation. It is important that I may actually just go and look through all of these self-help habits and maybe go into them a bit more so you know when it is helpful and when it's not, you know, when to do it and when to not, so you don't waste your own fucking time and you're not just doing something to do it. Okay, it's very important with these self-help habits. But you guys keep it real. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.